Do you want to learn some tips and tricks on Nether Games BedWars? So, here are some tips and tricks that got me to 41 KDR. On map Wilderness, there's a very clever technique that you can use to get high ground advantage on your first rush. When you go for the first rush, you should start bridging from this slab block right here, which makes you bridge like this. Then doing this, you can land on this tree, the leaves block right here. Then you can place a block here, jump onto here, and bridge from here. From like this, you can get a higher ground advantage, and then you can start your PvP with more advantage. In the case where you get their bed, and then the player is running towards your bed, and because they want to trade the bed, they will have to place an extra block right here to go up to your base and get to your base, which will consume their time, and you can get an easy frag from them behind. On map Indian, there's actually another cool trick that you can do on opponent's base or your base. Now, on the Indian map, it is a very special layout, and your first rush will usually be your diagonal rush, so you will have to transfer from the diamond base to your opponent base. Now, near the generator of the opponent base, right here, there actually is a lot of fences. You can open them or close them anytime you want. The team and the opponent can do this. You can use this wisely by going around right there and closing it to run away from your opponents. And you can also buy time by closing down the fences, getting some items from the generator, and running away this way and using other bases to buy some stuff. There's also another very cool trick that you can do on this map, and that exploits this part of the base. Now, if you make a head hitter like this, and then you stay here, then let's say the enemy is chasing you, and they come right here, then you can actually get an easy head hitter and hit them off like that. That'll be basically a free kill, because they usually cannot aim like this because they will have a lower aim than you. Another thing you can note is that if you are running away desperately from the enemy team, the best bet that you can do is not by jumping to here and then bridging to the diamond bases, but actually jumping to here and doing a fireball jump here and then clutching here. This is actually way better because it requires no block, so the enemy cannot really chase you, and they will have to go from here to here and go to here, which will give them the least advantage. And also, if you fireball jump here, you can get the emeralds and use them to your own advantage. On the map Aqueduct, a lot of people don't know that this is actually a 4 iron rush. So basically, you only need 16 blocks to actually go to the enemy bases. And you don't even have to save a lot of block for this. You can actually start jumping from here and using only 6 blocks to bridge from here to there, and then use the rest of the 10 blocks to bridge all the way to here and break the opponent's bed. Another thing a lot of people don't actually do, which is super important, especially when you're running away from enemies, is to, if you go from this diagonal bases and then go to there, you should gain every single part of the advantage by using this flying block. What you can do is actually you can place a lot of blocks from here to make a head hitter and then go to the generator. Now what you can do is you can also use this for defensive purposes, as if you already have a head hitter, you can get advantage like this and then fight the opponent if they are chasing toward you from here. Another useless trick that you can actually do is you can actually hide on this tree by fireball jumping upward from here and then doing another fireball jump up here. And this way you can actually go to up here and stay up here as long as you want, unless you want to end the game, which is usually what everyone would like. But if you're a camper, this is actually a great spot for camping. Or if you're trying to find the last camper, this is actually also a very good place because you have the excellent vision of other bases also. On map fast food, you can actually do a lot of head hitters on this map. after you buy some blocks from the shop and you want to rush their base, you can actually gain around 0.5 second advantage by placing around 3 blocks here to make it head hitter and then start bridging from here. Also, you can use this to your defensive advantage, or when you arrive to your opponent base, you can place a bunch of blocks here and then spam the way to the opponent's bed. You can also use this when you're running away from opponents, or you're trying to fight the opponent and catching them off guard. You can actually also do the top bridging like this to catch the opponent off guard also, when they are trying to camp at their generators waiting for you to come in, and they won't be expecting a very speedy entry like this. This is quite common for pro players to do, so you should definitely learn this trick. Also, on a clutch situation, it is also important to know that you are always accessible to these places. Now, unless the enemy has a fireball, you can go hide here, but this place is quite vulnerable to fireball because if they hit you through here, you will probably fall, unless you place a block like this to prevent knockback. And you can also use the trick earlier from Indian. You can place a head hitter here and then fight them like this so that they won't be able to hit you first, but you will hit them first. A way to counter them is to hit them from here, because you are actually able to reach an enemy from here, but then the enemy, because of this block, they cannot reach you from here and they will have to shift their body a little bit. Now, good news for you campers, there's another camping places on this map, and it is more obvious than the Aqueduct one, but then at least it's still a camping place, so you can actually drop down this cheese. You can go here and then you can go bridge like this, and you can keep yourself here, or if you are a complex guy, you can actually bridge to that part right here, which is the lowest cheese, and you can place the block right here and then jump down here. Then you can actually press one here, and then you can dig this block so that you can reach the lowest part of the cheese. Another trick on Unearth that you can use here is that from that diamond base right there, you can actually get a high ground advantage when rushing to other players. After you bridge, you can actually go here, go get the diamond, and you can start bridging from the rail block. Similar to the wilderness technique, it works similar to a slab block, and you can place a block from here. That way it'll give you a higher ground advantage, especially when you place one more block here and then jump from here. That'll give you a higher ground advantage when going to a fight. A very good news for another campers, you can actually camp on this map too. One place that I actually found, using the update, you can actually dig down here if you have a terrible ping. Right now I have too good of a ping, so I cannot dig in, but maybe you can. Another one trick that you can use as a camper, you can go down here and you can go down here. Now, the best part about this trick that it doesn't actually require you to use any blocks, so you can just do this without using any block. Now, I see a lot of people making the mistake of bridging from here to the enemy's bases, but that will make you use more than 32 blocks to rush. The actual correct method of rushing on Unearth is rushing from this wool block right here to the enemy bases. That will take you less than 30 blocks to rush, so you don't have to waste any of your block anymore, and you can break the bed way faster than before. So now, if you're an Evident fan, you can actually do this trick quite easily. Now, if you want to block trap someone and they are going toward you, you can stand on this block, and when they jump from this base to here, then you can quickly place a block like this, and they will probably fall in this place. Now, if they are smart enough to land here, well, you will still have the high ground advantage. You can just hit them from here, or if you have a fireball, kaboom, and they're gone into the distance. Now, actually, one more trick that I actually used once in a game before, and I have been really annoyed by the reaction of the enemy team, but it was a very fun trick that I pulled out. So what you can do when you are running and you are super low, what you can do is you're gonna run to here And if you see that the opponent team is clicking and butterfly clicking hard when they are fighting you, then you can actually run toward here, and then that way they won't notice it quick enough and they will open the shop. Now this trick usually doesn't work, but if the opponent player has the item shop to be also set on left click as well as the right click, and this works quite well, but you might also get annoyed by the other enemy's reaction, but that's okay because we're here to win, so that doesn't matter too much. On the map Lighthouse, there's another cool trick that you can pull on, again, the side bases. Now, when you go to the side bases, you will usually have a lot of extra blocks left because the distance between the side bases and your main bases are quite short. Now, there is these umbrellas on top, and you can actually exploit this and then use it as a head hitter if you place a block right here. And you can also do the top bridge by doing like this, and then you can head hit a lot. Now this will increase your rush speed by like 1 second, and you might think that's not a lot, but especially when you're running away from opponents, it is a lot of time that you can actually gain from the head hitters. So you should really do this. Now on this map, there actually isn't a lot of camping places, so kind of L to the campers right here. But one thing that you can actually do when you are rushing is that you can actually gain a high ground advantage when an opponent is waiting for you on the ocean and the diamond base right here. You can actually place one block here and then start bridging from the slab like this, and you can gain like around 2 blocks of height advantage. Or when they are trying to fight you and they have no bed, or they have a bed, you can actually bridge upward like this, and then you can keep bridging, and if they have a bed defense, you can actually TNT them from this place. Now I will say the mid bases on the Lighthouse is the most accessible mid in the whole entire maps of BedWars, so you should really take advantage of this. If you are in a clutch situation, you don't have a bed but other player have a bed, then you should definitely always go to the mid bases of Lighthouse. It actually requires you less than 15 blocks to get to the mid bases, so it's a huge advantage if you go there early game. Now another head hitter that you can do, which is not commonly used by the way, you can place a block right here and then dig inside again and then use this head hitter. Very glitchy, but you take absolutely no KB if you do this. So you should really try this trick. It's super fun if you were able to pull it out. Or if you're just classy, you can actually do the semi head hitter of placing a block right here, and you can keep doing that and they won't be able to hit you. Now the way you can counter it is absolutely, you go from here and then break the block right here and then hit them. Or if they're doing a trick where they place a block right here, well, you have no choice. Now for the map Industrial, there isn't a lot of tricks you can pull, but there's actually one, or actually there's millions of camping places here. If you count all of them, you can actually go down here, place a block right here, go down here, break the block right here, and then you can just camp here forever. If they catch you, you can just run around, and if they try to hit you with fireball, boop, done. You're covered for the fireball. And actually, this is one of the most strongest camping places. So if you are an active camper, please do not look at this video, and please just forget about the part that I just talked about right now. But if you are hard stock level 100, and you might consider actually doing this trick. Now if your campers are still not satisfied with the camping places that I told you earlier, there's a better version of it. Go around here, ring around a posy, boom. They will never be able to find you. Now everyone, breaking news, there's another head hitter place you can actually use. Now if you're running to here, place a block on this update block here, spam, and they won't be able to catch you unless they are rushing from this side. But you shouldn't really be doing this trick when they are rushing from that side, but if you are getting chased from this side, now you can just place a quick block there, head hitter, and you will always win this fight. No KB equals win the fight. Now finally, on the map Exodus, you can actually do this trick where you can access the chop from the generator. You can usually do this, but then this is the only map that really allows you to do it even if you have a high ping, except for the new map called Stumped, which is the easiest map to access the shop from using in the generator. But on this map, there's a lot of things you can do. A lot of head hitters on this map. One being here, another being here, and another being here. Now this map has a structure very similar to industrial, and what that means is more camping places. Yes, you heard it right, more camping places. Now for the final trick that you can use, you can actually get another camping places on this map, and all you have to do is you just have to build up a little bit from a place like this, and then you can actually fireball jump up this statue thing, and then yes, another camping place unlocked. Now again, this can work like the Aqueduct one, and if you need to find your last opponent, you can actually use this and then try to find the opponent. Or if you're real classy, you can actually go on this ring and ascend into heaven. Now if you guys found any of these tips helpful, then you're kind of crazy, but if you actually did, make sure to leave on the comment which one you liked the most and which troll one you liked the most, because it took me a while to figure out those troll ones also. Now wherever you are in the world, make sure to have the greatest day today. Now thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video, hopefully.